Before I start the video for real, I want to address the swarm encounters that I missed across the series. There are like, I think 4 or 5. Whatever, here they are now. I'll continue the video after that. First up on our swarm sweep is Ralts on Route 34. Thankfully not a high enough level to no teleport here. It's a split evolution, so I'll mostly talk about both options you can get out of it. Gardevoir is a hard-hitting special attacker with solid special defense. It's not really unique when this kind of thing's been done a bunch already, but it's still worth considering if you need a Psychic type to slate into the game. It gets Psychic at level 33, which might have sweetened the deal for you actually. Gallade, on the other hand, can only be male and acts as a physical Gardevoir. It gets Stab from close combat, which it learns at level 53, and has actual physical Psychic Stab from Psycho Cut at level 31. As of Generation 4, this is the one I prefer since Gardevoir doesn't have the Fairy type yet, but both are still good options. And on Route 45 you can find Swablu. This will eventually evolve into a Dragon type. It's fairly bulky and learns some good status moves like Dragon Dance and Feather Dance as an egg move, but by level up it's not very exciting. It does its job fine, it's just not one of the better dragons out there, but this is a world where Garchomp and Salamence reign supreme, that's not really a shock. In Violet City you can find Whiscash. We've had access to the Quagsire family for ages now, but I'm always up for more opportunities to gush about the Water Ground type combo. You can catch it at level 40 with the Super Rod, so Earthquake isn't far off, but I still think the Quagsire family being available within the first couple hours of playing sours this one a little. Just a little though. And on Route 27 you can find Love Disc. Alright, I'm gonna cut to the chase and say this one is not for battling, it's for farming heart scales. Get a Pokemon with Thief, use it on Love Disc, hope it's holding a heart scale, rinse and repeat. Alright. Sorry to waste your time, let's get started in the video now. It's gonna be kind of a long one, strap in. How's it going, everyone? I'm your host Collateral, and welcome back to more Pokemon HeartGold and SoulSilver. Last time, we picked ourselves a Kanto starter after defeating Red on Mount Silver, being the first of several things we can do now that we've done that. And we also went through the Ilex Forest events, getting ourselves a spiky-eared Pichu and a Celebi that took us through time to show us what happened to Giovanni. Now this time, we're here in Pewter City because we have some business here. If you remember that Enigma Stone we got, if I can find it in my bag here, there we go, the Enigma Stone. I want to go to the Pewter Museum of Science, because Stephen Stone is here. People who dedicate themselves to what they believe in stand out in a crowd, but my passion is no less than yours. Wow, that thing you have! The stone is so mysterious. Something seems to be shining inside. The stone is modest, yet hiding something wonderful. You should have studied, you should have it studied by experts. I'll check it. Can you hang on a second? Thanks for your patience. It took me a little while, but I've confirmed it. This is an orb that contains what is called Soldew. Soldew is said to be the solidified spirits of Latios and Latios. It has the power to bring out the true potential of Latios and Latios. The spirits of these Pokemon in Soldew are said to call out to each other. The only thing that puzzles me is the place the Soldew was found. Why Kanto? Why Kanto indeed? It seems that Latios became attracted to it in no time. I can feel that Latios is full of fighting spirit. I would love to challenge it, but I'll let you go for it. I've already gone over Latios and Latios' stats, so I am just going to let the fight play out and just try and catch it organically. Alright, Latios, let's see if I can one-try this. Level 40, so this shouldn't be too bad on my part. I'm gonna yawn it first. Protect, okay, so... unlucky for me. Yeah, I know Latios isn't really the defensive one, but I'm still gonna Flamethrower it. It should work. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Honestly, if you can even access this event, and you're playing HeartGold specifically, definitely do this if you're planning on doing the Battle Frontier, because Latios is just straight up one of the best Pokemon in the game. Like, hands down. Now this isn't really going to be good enough for an Ultra Ball or anything like that. But I'll still try and catch it. An attempt will be made. 1. Aw. Hopefully, Psychic might kill. But I can still try, make sure it doesn't. Yeah, that crit. Come on. Well, see attempt number 2. I'm out of Ultra Balls? No. You're Great Ball colored. You better be okay with this. What do I even use now? It's not even dark enough for Dust Balls to work. Quick Balls at its absolute worst possible usage right now. Do I just reset and just hope a Quick Ball works? Ugh. Oh, never mind. I was literally looking up a catch rate calculator, and then the Great Ball worked. Okay, thank you. I wish I was looking at that. I wasn't expecting that to happen. It understands human speech and is highly intelligent. It is a tender Pokemon that dislikes fighting. Clearly. No wonder it didn't want to be on my team, but okay. Also very ironic for one of the best battlers in the game. Impressive, it was a great battle. I don't think you had to give everything you got, and that scares me. I've been away from the Hoenn Pokemon League for too long. I'll have to excuse myself. Oh, I never got your name. But I won't ask for it this time. Our fun will have to wait for the right time. Alright, fine. Well, in that case, we do have business elsewhere with the same guy, with Steven, so let's go to Saffron City. Let's go to the Silphco building. Alright, he should be here. There he is. Hello? You're breaking up. I think it depends on how my dad feels. I see. I'll be on my way. See you soon. You are... I remember your eyes. Yeah, you saw me like 5 minutes ago. When I see a trainer whose eyes twinkle, I always remember. You have a Pokédex, so you're also in search of Pokemon. You saw me catch Latios. Let me see. I think I can help you with that. Let's say you have stones in front of you. Which color would you pick? This will determine which Pokemon you can get from him. Trico is unfortunately outclassed by other grass types, and it's one of the few Pokemon worse off from the physical special split. Don't get me wrong, a fast Leech Seed setter is nothing to sneeze at, especially when it can also let off powerful Leaf Storms or Energy Balls. It's just a shame it learns a lot of really good physical moves it has no business using anymore. Torchic is patient zero of what would become the firefighting starter Epidemic. It's a mixed attacker with access to hard-hitting moves like Flare Blitz at level 66, Thunder Punch through move tutors, Night Slash through breeding, Brick Break and Stone Edge through TMs. It'll hit hard no matter what you use, but it might get outsped if you're not careful. It doesn't have speed boost in this game. And Mudkip is a phenomenal starter. At this point in the series anyways. Huge bulk with a great defensive typing, it's everything great about Quagsire and more. Earthquake and Waterfall are easy, obvious moves to put on it. Ice Punch and Superpower from move tutors, Brick Break, Stealth Rock, Stone Edge through TM. It's also one of the better Avalanche users due to being relatively slow. We love Yoked Quagsire in this house. Now I didn't think quite as long about this one, but I went Water last time, went Grass first, so I might as well pick Green here. I see. For the choice you've made, I'd like to give you this Pokemon. Accept your party's fault. Come on! Alright, the Green Stone. Gimme, gimme, gimme. You chose correctly. I'll give you Trico. That's pretty neat. No names. Now, that all being said, since he's left the Silphco building, I'm pretty sure he should be back in Pewter City? If I remember right? Yeah, we're just going back and forth here. It's crazy. But anyways. We want to talk to Steven again. I'm pretty sure he's in the museum again. Why wouldn't he be? Kind of his thing. There he is. All those shining stars at night are the stones I'll never get to know. Okay. I guess we just leave him there. Let's go back to the Silphco building, I guess. Let's race him there if he's even going back. Well, there he is. We meet again. Have you been to Hoenn before? It's such a beautiful place with the clearest ocean you can imagine. You should visit sometime. Hey, why don't we trade Pokemon? I've been looking for Forretress. I can train my Beldum for it. Okay, so Forretress is the evolved form of Pineco, which is a very common sight among headbutting trees. So I can't really do this trade right now, but I might as well talk about Beldum since we're here. Beldum is just one level away from evolving since you traded it for a Pokemon at level 31 at the very least. Much like Bronzor, Steel and Psychic is a great defensive type, and Clear Body makes it reliable against so many things. If you evolve it at level 32, it'll instantly learn Bullet Punch for reliable stab priority. And it's not far from learning Psychic either. It'll eventually also be able to learn Meteor Mash, Zen Headbutt, Agility, and it can even get Earthquake and Brick Break by TM. Best of all, it's literally given to you, so you don't have to deal with that absurd catch rate. Alright, that is all the business we have with Steven now. So now we're gonna fly all the way back to Cherry Grove City for a real, not really deep cut, but it's been a while since we talked to this guy. Remember Mr. Pokemon always raving about his oddities? Well, we want to talk to him again because he always has good stuff for us. And by that I mean whenever we need him to have good stuff for us. Let's just throw up a Max Repel. A Mask Repel, yeah. Mask the Scent of Trainer, I guess. We want to go all the way back to his house. Too bad there's not a fast travel point for it, considering... Okay, never mind. We don't go there often. And it's all for, like, tucked away hidden stuff. But this is something you can do after getting a starter from Oak. Sorry for the cut there. Hi, Ethan. I have something I want to give you, and I was just about to send an email to Professor Oak. Thing is, a friend of mine from Hoenn came over to give this to me. Let me guess, was it Steven? The Blue Orb. That orb has something to do with the ancient ruins located past Cianwood City called the Embedded Tower. But only a handful of trainers can reach there. That's where you come in. Professor Oak thinks highly of you, and you are the proud champion after all. I'm sure you can solve the mystery of the orb and the secret of the ruins. Alright, so now that we have that blue orb, we're going to want to go all the way back to the Embedded Tower, if you remember that place. Oh, okay. Hey Ethan, good to see you again, but I never expected to see you around here. Could it be that you're on your way to the Embedded Tower? You read my mind. The Embedded Tower is a huge tower piercing the sky. It's said to have something to do with the mythical Pokemon that stretch the seas, and that Pokemon that widen the lands. But the tower it's no longer standing. The way to the Embedded Tower is harder than you can imagine. Well, we already went there. You use rock climb, well, surf. I see. So you defeated all the gym leaders in Kanto as well. There's nothing to worry about. Believe in yourself and walk that path. Yahaha! Sorry, it's kind of straining the voice. I couldn't really do that laugh too well. But we've already been here. Just need to use rock climb and surf like he said. And we get to hear this gorgeous Route 47 music again. And now there should be something awaiting us here. Yeah, we want to save for this. Depending on the version you play, you can find a legendary Pokemon here in the Embedded Tower. In HeartGold, it's Kyogre. In SoulSilver, it's Groudon. Kyogre is the king of the rain. To this day, it's regarded as the best water type, and that is no exaggeration. Every time Kyogre enters battle, it sets up rain, boosting its own water moves and comes knowing Water's Spout, tied with Hydro Cannon as the hardest hitting water type attack at full HP. Speaking of rain, Kyogre can learn Thunder by TM, which never misses in the rain. And when it has special attack that rivals Mewtwo's, that means something. Let's also not forget that it comes with Ice Beam and learns Calm Mind in just 10 levels. It is genuinely no exaggeration to call this the best water type. And in SoulSilver, you can meet Groudon, the ultimate Sun Summoner. It's the hardest hitting physical attacker in the game, just behind Slacking for going off Pokemon readily obtainable. It comes knowing Earthquake, one of the moves you would absolutely want to keep on it, and just because it's a physical attacker doesn't mean you should disregard Solar Beam, which will always go off in one turn. It's in the Goldenrod department store, by the way. It's the centerpiece of any Sun team. Alright, first things first. Quick Ball, because I forgot to get more Great Balls. Oops. Oh, well, this should be a Dust Ball friendly location, I think. Please tell me. No way. I'm sorry, I didn't expect it to work. That is a, what? That is a 2.5% chance? Oh my god. Kyogre, the Sea Basin Pokemon, a mythical Pokemon said to have swelled the seas with rain and tidal waves. It battled with Groudon. I'm pretty sure that's the game apologizing to me after that hellish Latios fight. Oh my god. I'm sorry, that's really funny. That is really funny. Well, hello. That's something you don't see every day. That Pokemon is Kyogre, a legendary Pokemon in the Hoenn myth about shaping of that region. I see. I see. The embedded tower was built by the people from Hoenn. The tower that binds together the sea, the land, and the sky. Kyogre was not the only Pokemon described in the Hoenn myth. This place may still be hiding its secrets. The knowledgeable Pokemon professor may be able to tell you more when you show him Kyogre. Whew. There's so many connections between Pokemon and myths. See you around. We're gonna do just that. I'm sorry. That was kind of hard to read, because again, not only is the text really small on my screen, but I'm sorry, my heart is just pounding out of my chest because of how amazing that fight went. Let's go talk to Professor Oak about that. Oh my god. Now that we have Kyogre with us, let's show Professor Oak. Oh, Ethan, what brought you here? The legendary Pokemon that appeared in the Hoenn myth? You must be talking about Kyogre and Groudon. The embedded tower is probably the ruins that has something to do with the Hoenn myth. If so, the other one must be around. Kyogre and Groudon are said to have shaped the seas and lands. Where those two are, the other Pokemon is said to appear as well. All this is quite possible. It's not hard to imagine that the red orb will make Groudon appear at the embedded tower. However, according to Mr. Pokemon, Groudon does not show itself to trainers with golden hearts, but only to those with shining silver spirits. It may be difficult for you alone to accomplish this, Ethan, but if you can manage to obtain a Groudon that came from the embedded tower, please do come and show me both the legendary Pokemon. I will then share with you the rest of the Hoenn myth. Alright. So that being said, we have to catch Groudon in SoulSilver. Thankfully, I already did that on my other save file with Lyra, so I'll cut back to whenever I trade over that Groudon to my save file here. All it cost me was one crummy unknown from the PC box. Thanks for the Groudon, me. Alright, Oak, I got your Groudon right here. You did it, Ethan! You caught both Kyogre and Groudon! Okay, I'd like to entrust this to you. We get the Jade Orb. It resembles the orb you received from Mr. Pokemon, doesn't it? It's called the Jade Orb. It has something to do with Rayquaza. Legend has it that the battle between Groudon and Kyogre shaped the lands of the seas of Hoenn. Volcanic eruptions and giant waves are said to have completely changed the shape of the land there. But then Rayquaza came down to halt the battle. It is a Pokemon that rules the skies. If the embedded tower is related to Groudon and Kyogre, then going there with that Jade Orb will surely make something happen. Alright. Let's go back to the embedded tower. But this time I actually want to bring some Ultra Balls with me, so I'm going to do that real quick. Let's go back to the embedded tower. See what's changed. That's new. Rayquaza is one of the greatest forces in the game, coming with Outrage, which will hit just about any target for a lot of damage. In just 10 levels, it'll learn Dragon Dance, one of the best setup moves for it, and it can sweep through just about anything after setting one of those up. By TM, it can learn Earthquake, which can be obtained in Victory Road, and is worth your time to put on it if you haven't used it already. If there is a negative, it crumbles to most Ice-type moves, and it's a bad matchup against Stealth Rocks, which thankfully we don't see much of in single player. Despite that, it's easily one of the strongest Pokemon in the game. Alright, you know the drill here. Hello, Quick Ball. Also, I've got Dusk Balls, which look great with Rayquaza, so I don't know what I was worried about. Wow, that actually... I thought that was going to work a second time, but no. I think it was just a fluke with Kyogre, sadly. But anyways, since that's the case, I'm just going to start yawning it. Oh, it's already resting. Okay. I forgot it had rest in its move pool. Okay, so I can definitely get in another Psychic, and then... Okay, good, didn't Omni Boost. And then I could just start throwing Dusk Balls at it. Well, that wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, no, I wasn't expecting that to work. But the odds are still pretty good here. It's like a 7% chance. Oh, wow. Okay, that was scary for a second. But what I didn't realize is that the Heavy Ball is so much better than the Dusk Ball in this case. 1, 2. Aw. Just to rest again? Oh my god, dude. Okay, it still should be a good chance to catch it with a Heavy Ball in this state. Come on. 2, 3. No, dude. It's just gonna keep spamming that over and over. It's annoying. Two, 3. Dude, come on! Barely lived! Barely lived! What are the odds for this? Last one. Last ball, please. Not even one shit! This is actually tilting me. Party wiped, so we're trying again. Let's see if Quick Ball works this time. It better. At least now I know that Heavy Balls are the strat, though. Come on, just Quick Ball it. It's not hard. What the? Kyogre was so much more reasonable than you. Come on, man. Attempt number 3. No way, I one-shotted it? I one-shotted it? Come on. One, 2, 3. Finally! Oh my god, that took 5 attempts. I am so tired of this. That took like half an hour. No, that was more than half an hour. Okay, wow. Rayquaza, the sky-high Pokemon. It flies in the ozone layer, way up high in the sky. Until recently, no one had ever seen it. No nicknames. I'm done. I'm tired. And I'm pretty sure that's everything there is to do in HeartGold and SoulSilver. Editing Collateral back here to say thank you all so much for joining me on this very, very long adventure. Honestly, I feel like at least half of that time could have just been cut out by me not making artwork for the series, but hey, making a long series is exactly what I get for trying to copy Chugga Conroy's style. But anyway, speaking of art, it's been really cool seeing how much I've grown as an artist as the series has progressed, because honestly, starting off, it kind of looked bad by my standards now. Being a full-time art student also definitely helped in the process of making the series. Like, I'm not even joking, I finished making that Rayquaza portrait just today as I'm editing this. Even though there are a bunch of things I would change and do differently should I, like, redo this series at some point, I'm still pretty proud of it, all things considered. And it honestly ended up being the very thing that made me a lot less hostile to HeartGold and SoulSilver's actual game design, even though I'm still a little bitter about Gold and Silver and Crystal. But I like those a little more too, also after replaying them alongside this series. Anyways, I'm kind of running out of time here. Thanks to everyone who got to name my Pokemon, thanks to everyone who stuck around for all 17 months. Join us next time for a series that I haven't really touched on the channel in quite some time. See you guys then.